Okay, this may not be your last one, but this is the last one I'm filming. You may have done them in a different order. But anyway, we are going to use this packet that has these pieces in it. Okay, and I am going to just fold that and give it a good crease. Sometimes we go open the side like a book, and sometimes we go this way. This one I wanted to go this way. So this is the layering vellum, which is very pretty. And we're going to do a little stamping and a little coloring. But you don't even have to choose your colors because we're just going to color with white. So we are using, I'm pretty sure it's called In the Moment. Okay, we've had some of these sort of sketch style stamp sets, and I love them. Almost every single one. Some of them I've kept, even though they have retired. I just love these stamp sets. Although I don't always love choosing the colors to color them with. So when I saw this particular technique, I said, ooh, I like that technique because I get to color, which I like to do, but I don't have to choose my colors. So looks like that might need to be re-inked, so that will be a job to do. So what I'm going to do is color all around her, but not color her, okay? So I'm going to color her mug. Okay, we're going to give her mug just because that helps her hand pop a little bit. Okay, I'm going to color the window panes, which is going to allow her and the window frame to kind of pop. Okay, so, and I'm not coloring real hard. There are a few places I'm going to go a little bit firm because I want a little bit more intensity of color. Okay, so I might go pretty hard near the what would normally be the shadow lines, but I'm going to create them as highlight lines. Okay, so we're just going to take and color here like that. And here's part of a pillow right there. And we've got some window or pillow over, oh, here's some pillow right there near her feet. We've got the cushion that she's sitting on. So we'll go around her toes like that. Okay, a little bit there, a little bit here. And you can see how she's starting to jump out of there with that white around her. Okay, so I'm going to just very carefully come down here, go behind her hair, up here. And again, very lightly. I don't need to use a lot of pressure. Just going to give those windows a little bit. And the rest of that cushion, might even do in between here to give that a little depth. Okay. And a little tiny bit here, like this. Okay. The one thing I am going to color on her, and I'm going to do it as hard as I can and get as much color in it as I can, is her barrette. Okay, because that helps her hair pop. See how that happened? Just boom. And so the rest of it stays just like this. Right, so she jumps out away from that light. Okay. Normally the highlighted part jumps, but because that's all there, sort of fades her into the background. I mean, fades the background back and just leaves her right there. All right, so that's that. So let's just, she looks like she's thinking, so maybe she's thinking about you or a friend. And maybe she would send a card that says, thinking of you. Now I'm going to stamp to this edge and then cut this edge over here. There is not a whole lot of extra room on this one. This greeting comes from, it might be the New Horizon one. Not exactly sure, honestly. But it'll be in the tutorial. All right, so I'm going to just take that edge and give it an angle cut. And I'm going to take the sponge dauber and just give this edge a little bit of definition. The trickiest piece of this whole card, really, I think, is making sure you pay attention to where you're putting your adhesive, because you don't want it to show through that pretty vellum. Now, it's a lot less likely to show through because of the print on this vellum, but it still could, so you still want to be sort of cautious. So I like mine not right in the middle, okay, because that way I have room for her up here. So maybe she's, you know, thinking about a letter she's going to write. I loved the way this tied in, okay? And then over here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive to the back of her, okay? And get that on there where I want it. Like that. Then this, I know right around this spot where it changes direction here is where I want this, okay? So I can now flip this over, kind of have this as my spot. Now this is going to be flat, so this whole thing can have adhesive, okay? And I can just put this back kind of where I want it, like that, okay? And you'll see that adhesive shows through. So what we want to do is use some dimensionals. Okay. And we'll just put a couple of small pieces of dimensional here. Okay. Now I may have gone a little too far this way. I maybe should have gone more this way, but it's okay because there's no rules, and we just make sure that it works out just fine. And we just put that right there, and then no one's the wiser. And if you've been sort of careful about where you put your dimensional, you could even almost get one to help hold that edge. But that vellum's not going anywhere, okay? It's on there. It's not going anywhere. All right, so that is that, and I hope you liked that, that technique. Thanks.